Thrilling Stories presents Identity Theft, Episode 4.
Andajou. Andajou. Not someone easy to forget. Voodoo priest, con man. Or was he? Son of a bitch. I need to talk to Delroy. He knew Andajou, and he used to know me. If I could just find a phone. Look at that. Another phone booth gutted like a dead fish. Yeah, I remember the days when cell phones were called mobile phones and there was a payphone on every corner. But now, blame it on the ubiquitous cell phone. Hey, pal. I'm in kind of a bind. Can I borrow your phone?
Yeah, right.
Right. What else can I do? I found myself back at Kat's place.
You forgot something?
Phone? You got a phone?
Yeah, you're right. I guess I hit you harder than I thought.
Thanks. I started to dial information. But who uses 411 anymore? Luckily, there is still such a thing, right?
Directory assistance.
Number for Delroy Montauk. M-O-N.
Business or...
Residence.
I'll connect you.
Oh, come on, be there.
Bueno.
Delroy?
Yes. Who is?
It's me, Mark. Mark Tompkins.
Tompkins? That you? What up? You sound different.
Yeah, I know. Look, I need to talk to you. Is there some place we can meet?
Sure. Everything all right?
No. Not by a long shot.
Okay. Café du Monde in an hour. I'll see you when I see you.
Kat was curled up on the couch. I sat on the other end. An hour to kill. The emotions, the stress, the lack of sleep, they caught up to me. And I drifted off. In my dream, I was back in that alley, staring into that full-length mirror. And there, the old man, Andajou, was behind me. His lips were moving. I tried to focus on him, but there was something wrong. Something was amiss, and then I realized. His head was turned around backwards. I woke up in a cold sweat. Kat was gone, but she'd left a note.
Off to work. Left a key for you. Come back later if you want.
I looked at the clock on the wall. Shit! I was late. I hope Delroy sticks around. When I got to Café du Monde, I didn't see Delroy at first. I started to think maybe I'd missed him. But then there he was, just getting up from a table. Delroy!
Yes? Bamotti, right?
Have a seat.
You wanna...
Yeah, please.
What can I do for you, Mr. Bamotti?
It's hard to explain. It's about Mark Tompkins.
What?
You know what he was working on at the paper before he was...
I know very well. He was working on you. If you've done something...
It's not a matter of if.
Where's Mark?
He grabbed me by the shirt. It was kind of touching, really. He was supposed to meet you here an hour ago.
What's this about?
What I'm going to tell you, I don't think you're going to believe. I'm Mark.
Okay.
He started to call 911. You were at my wedding. You came late and left with that waitress from the three-legged dog.
That don't mean a thing.
She gave you chlamydia, and you told Nora that it was a urinary tract infection. You asked me to back you up.
You can't know. How? Nobody knows that.
Except me.
I don't believe you. You can't be.
Delroy, it's me.
What the hell, man?
People were starting to stare. Let's take a walk. Remember Andajou?
The witch doctor? What about him? You telling me this is some voodoo shit? The guy was a fraud. He conned poor folks and fools.
Maybe so. I went to my house. There was a man wearing my body like a tailored suit, giving it to my wife.
You're out of your mind.
Well, if it's not insanity, it's a damn close second.
Things that can't happen don't happen. But let's just say I buy this bullshit. Then what?
I wish I knew. I need to find Andajou. Okay, look. When I was 3, a bully in my neighborhood pushed me into a bramble bush. I still have the scars. Or at least, he does. I kissed my first girl when I was 9 years old, Becky Nestor. I remember every detail of Mark Tompkins' life. Everything. And nothing about Joey Bamotti.
If you aren't who you say you are, then I guess you're crazy, right?
Absolutely.
There's a doctor.
Yeah, I don't think a shrink's gonna cut it.
She's a professor. Psychoneurobiology, something like that. I did a story about her last winter.
What was the story about?
Memory. I'll try to do some digging. Come to the house around 8. Mark knows where I live.
Yeah, I do. What about Andajou?
Still has a place in desire.
Now what? Maybe the professor that Delroy talked about, maybe she can give me some answers. It was worth a shot. Took me 2 hours to get to the campus. Turns out the good doctor was easy to find. Excuse me, Professor. Dr. Hajossyov.
It's pronounced Hajossyov, and you are?
Well, that's a long story.
I've got a class.
I'm a friend of Delroy Montauk's.
The reporter?
Just 10 minutes. That's all I ask. We walked to the park across the street and sat on an empty bench.
In 1908, a scientist named Guthrie transplanted a second living head onto a dog. Another group tried again in 1951.
No shit.
Worked, too. Except the second head was a tad agitated, bit the ear off his body mate.
So it is possible.
We may be able to do a brain transplant someday, but that doesn't mean that memory will remain intact.
Well, if that could be done.
We're working on it. Some of my colleagues have tried using an open skull MRI to make the electrical charges that are created in the brain and then save them to disk. Invent a cell-sized computer and reimplant, and voila.
How far has it gone? Has it worked?
Limited success. Our research is mainly focused on memory on a cellular level. We found a kind of DNA imprint memory leaves behind. We have trained mice to fear red light. Then we extracted the methyl groups that imprint on the DNA and inject the solution into untrained mice.
And?
They mimic the reaction of the trained mice.
So, in theory, you could take this memory and somehow implant it into someone else.
Into a person? Oh, no. No, not there yet.
So if someone claimed to have the memory, the brain, in fact, of another person.
And no memory of their own life? I'd say they are suffering from a psychotic break.
And that was it. Thanks, Doctor. Well, when the impossible happens and there's no rational explanation, You have to believe the irrational. That's all I had left. I made my way back to Andajou's neighborhood.
Hey, my man. I know you. You've been here before. Hey, can you spare $1?
Not if I even had it. When I got to his place, his door was slightly open. I had a bad feeling. I entered the apartment. Andajou! And then I saw him. He was seated in a chair, his body facing the window. But his neck was broken. His head was turned around backwards. Oh, hell. It was another dead end.
Shit! You fucking killed him, Dad!
I didn't.
Help! 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 Help!
Shit! I had a fair idea who killed Andajou. 10 to none says my fingerprints, Joey's prints, are all over Andajou. And not just the ones I left. Why be careful if you can't be caught? It was all coming around to Joey Bamotti. But I'm Bamotti now.
The real question is, what am I going to do about it?
This has been Thrilling Stories Identity Theft, Episode 4. Directed by Brian Herskowitz. Produced by Marylin Hebert and Brian Herskowitz. Written by Brian Herskowitz. With Dendrie Taylor as Kat, Adam Lazar-White as Delroy, Elster Latham as Andajou, Gina Hecht as Professor Hajossyov, Antonio Chavez as the Junkie, Maggie Herskowitz as the telephone operator, and Jamal Johnson as the stranger. Music by Leonard Wolf.